Howdy folks, and I hope you're all not missing that heavenly glory wherever you are in collecting land. And welcome back to the channel for another 1/6 scale figure preview. And I've got to say, I am exceptionally excited, super excited. In fact, this is probably one of my most eagerly anticipated figures of 2026. Yes, I am that excited. So I'm going to have to curb my enthusiasm a little bit in this preview. So what is it? It is none other than the legend that is Bruce Lee. From the, I think it was initially filmed, it was meant to be released in 1973. Produced, directed, written and starring the man himself. That movie that was Game of Death. But I think I'll probably be preaching to the choir here. We all know the tragic story of how he came off filming Game of Death to go and make Enter the Dragon, and that was his last movie. So yeah, a lot of memories tied in into this particular movie and this particular character. But also Bruce Lee himself. He was the man who inspired Mr. Go Figure at a very early age to get involved in martial arts, and had a long stint in martial arts thanks to Mr. Bruce Lee. But that's enough of my ramblings and my Bruce reminiscing. Yeah, it's Inart, and they haven't put a foot wrong in the 6 scale world so far. So let's jump into the pictures and find out if they have dropped the ball here. I doubt it very much indeed. But before we do that, I would like to send a pagoda size shout out to everybody who's supported the channel, and please drop a like and hype on this video as it helps other people find Go Figure. And be sure to hit that subscribe button and bell notification icon, so you're not missing any of the 1/6 scale reviews, news, tours, previews, showcases, and all that other good stuff. And I can guarantee you there'll be a review for this figure coming up. No brainer for Mr. Go Figure, as you've probably already gathered. But let's jump in. Let's take a look at the photos now. Before we actually talk about the figure itself, it's worthy of mention, this doesn't actually go up for pre-order until tomorrow. There's a live stream on Inart's website if you're wanting to catch that. So we don't have a delivery date, an estimated due date on this, or a price as of yet. I'm going to assume we're going to get all that tomorrow, but the pictures have gone up. And it's the pictures that do all the talking. Well, apart from Mr. Go Figure, as you know. When he gets talking, it's very difficult to get him to shut him up. And I've got to say, first impressions, I am blown away. Now, we all know Inart have been knocking it out the park in the 1/6 scale world. They are high end. They've gone in with a vengeance. They're gunning for everybody. They've been producing figures which I have to say are probably some of the best, if not the best, in the 1/6 scale world. Let's be honest about it. They are simply superb. Got a boatload of them in the collection here. If you're wanting to check out some of their stuff on the channel and some of the reviews. But yeah, let's talk the pictures here and the first impressions. Like I say, I am absolutely blown away. Let's talk proportions. Well, they are nailed on. This is Bruce's physique, that now legendary physique, even though it's covered up in the jumpsuit, the yellow jumpsuit with the black stripe, which has gone on to become a legend in and of itself, being borrowed by filmmakers including Quentin Tarantino, just to name but one. But yeah, they appear to have nailed those proportions on perfectly. We've got the rolled up sleeves there. Very simple, this jumpsuit, nothing too fancy, all in one. The black stripe down the side, it runs down the full length of the legs there. You can see it under the arms as well, and on the shoulders and on the legs too. But proportions just look stunning. And in this shot, we're seeing him on part of the base. We'll get to that base. They haven't let us down with a full diorama here, so we'll be getting a diorama base. And we've got the fighting stick as well. He's holding that green stick that he uses in Game of Death. Now, movie itself never saw the light of day other than in butchered, well, how can I call them, bastardized versions where other actors were stuffed in to try and pad out the story. There was a Redux version, I think it was about 2019, with the original John Barry soundtrack, where they only used original footage from the film itself. So if you want to get an idea of how the film would have actually looked, then that's probably the one to check out. But yeah, I think it looks stunning. Now, worthy of mention as well at this point, looks like we're only getting a sculpted hair version, which surprised me. I thought with Inart, specializing in rooted hair, that we will be getting a rooted hair version as well. I could be wrong. We might see that further down the line. We might be seeing an Enter the Dragon figure with rooted hair. Who knows? But it looks like for this initial release anyway, they're sticking with sculpted hair. And I've got to say, it looks great. Style is on point. Color is on point. Individual strands. You know the story here, folks. And that head sculpt, well, we'll get to the head sculpt when we get closer up. Let's zip on to the next shot. Sleeves rolled up, as he had in the movie itself. Now, differing head sculpt here, so I'm going to assume we're getting two individual head sculpt. We're going to get a sort of a neutral, more passive one that we saw in the previous photo, and we're going to get this, how can I put it? We'll call it pouty, this pouty fighting head sculpt, and I think that looks amazing. I was sorely tempted to pick up the Prime 1 and Blitzway quarter scale rooted hair version of the yellow jumpsuit, but sort of held back, and I'm glad I did now. I think Articulation, really, this is a figure that actually begs for articulation and good articulation, and we'll get to see that later on as well. But that pouty head sculpt, wow. Skin tones and textures look great. That the hair with that sort of feathered fringe going on over the ears there, with the visible ears, but with that feathered section coming down towards the cheek area. The skin tones and textures look absolutely nailed on. These arms, now, I mean, those unique fighting stance or stances that Bruce Lee used to adopt, they have caught perfectly here. And I think Inart, their skin tones and textures are up there with the best, if not the best in the business. I'm sort of, as far as skin tones and textures go, if you put a gun to my head, I would say Inart and Caustic Plastic are the big guns, and everybody else is an also-ran. Sorry, Hot Toys, didn't mean that, don't take it personally. But yeah, you've got vascularity going on in those forearms. Yes, this one's a little bit out of focus, but they look superb. They look absolutely stunning. Then we even got the bracelet that he wore in the movie there as well. Nice little touch, that. And the head sculpt, wow, that is unmistakably Bruce from Game of Death. I just can't fault it. The eyes, they're nice and glassy, they're the right color. We've got the frown there, the eyebrows look great, those high cheekbones, everything looks present and correct. And as I mentioned before, I don't think Inart had dropped the ball here. Wow, it's very rare that something in the 1/6 scale world makes me stop and reassess. But having been in the collecting game for decades now, we have seen such steps forward in the past maybe 5 or 10 years that now these things they're photorealistic. They could be stills from movies, and this is the figure that I've always wanted. You probably noticed these two sat by the side of me here. This is the Hot Toys double pack that was released, I think it was back in 2011. These are old guys, and these for me have been the benchmark in 1/6 scale Bruce Lee action figures for all this time, but it looks like they could be getting knocked off their perch. That is an amazing photo, and I love Inart's photography as well. They go all in with the cinematic look rather than just some colourful background. They go here all in with the lighting, all in with the backdrops, and they give us some great photos. Let's move on to the next head. Wonderful use of shading there, just with the arms out, and you get to see the whole figure. We're seeing those sneakers for the first time, the yellow sneakers with the black band and the white laces. Now, are they going to be sculpted plastic? I'd like to see them actually done in 1/6 scale, but maybe I'm being a little bit, maybe my hopes are a little bit high on that one, but I would love to see shrunken down sneakers here. But once again, we're getting to see that physique. Now, he wasn't the bulkiest of guys. He gave all those slim guys out there a fighting chance and hope that we could be as good. And that is captured here. Slim but muscular. You can see the muscularity underneath the suit there, looking great. And I'm going to assume we're getting some seamless forearms going on here. But let's wait and see. Can't really see the head sculpt there. Now, articulation. This is what I mentioned before. For me, Articulation really is going to be up there with the with the need for an amazing head sculpt and amazing detailing on the outfit. Who wants their Bruce Lee figure in a museum pose? Not Mr. Go Figure. And it looks like they've nailed it on with the articulation here. We've got him lifting that leg up there, the now infamous open hands stance that he used on a regular basis. Loving the way this yellow jumpsuit is falling as well under articulation here, because that sometimes when you've got an all-in-one on a character and you're going for a dynamic pose and the thing doesn't fall right, it creases in the wrong place, it can throw the whole figure off. But not here. We're getting that crease in the crotch area, and the rest of it, apart from the creasing where he's rolled the sleeves up, is looking like it's falling perfect. A little bit of creasing at the ankles there, and it's like he might have the black socks on as well. I wouldn't expect Inart to go sockless on this one. That looks stunning to me. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Am I just wearing rose-tinted spectacles with this one? On to the next. Now, another fighting stance here. That sort of the three-quarter stance going on. Open hands again. And we're getting a little bit closer this time. Looks like that's the pouty, fighty head sculpt. Brilliant. Absolutely on point. There was a lot of discussion about this hair, and I think they're going to have nailed it on. But I think they've got it just right. It was different to Enter the Dragon. The Prime 1 and Blitzway quarter scale statue that we needed a bit of futzing to get that style, and maybe a little bit taking off. There was two Beatles. It's very, very easy with Bruce Lee figures when you're doing the hair to end up looking like Paul or Ringo. But I don't think they dropped the ball here. That looks stunning to me. On to the next shot. Cocking the leg for the side kick there, or for the roundhouse. And once again, said it before, said it again, but the fall on this suit, I think Inart have captured it beautifully. With the shouty head sculpt off at an angle there, I'm going to assume we've got the purse system, the moving eye system. This absolutely needs it. I'm sure it will have it. It adds that extra dimension, particularly in these fighting poses. I'm going to lean in here. It's difficult to say on these shoes whether these are going to be sculpted plastic, but they've got the yellow right, they've got the pattern on the side right, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. And rest assured, a full review will be going up. If there is a deluxe set, I'm all over it. Now we're getting to see the diorama base for the first time. Well, it's in two sections, I believe. You get the sort of standard normal base that you get with if there is a standard issue figure and the diorama comes separately, not sure. But yeah, you can have just this base. Now, I'm going to assume that that's Bruce Lee in Cantonese on the front there. It's very simple, and I've said this before, said it again, broken record. I do love what Inart do with their bases. They are very, very simple at first glance, but they ground the piece, they place the piece, but they don't overpower it. I mean, there are some companies out there who should remain nameless who have these monstrous things going on, and they're great if you're wanting if you've got the space to display it. But when you've got multiple figures, I think having something as classy as this but as understated as this is always great. And yeah, very simple. Wooden boards on the top and that name plaque on the front. This stair section at the back here actually comes separately, but we'll get to that. And it's meant to obviously replicate the stairs in the pagoda. But yeah, figure looking great. And it looks like we've got a crotch grabber going on here. Looks like they've taken out the crotch grabber using some camera jiggery pokery and left the cup section in there, which creates an interesting look, but we'll move on. That is a beautiful shot. And that really, this is the photograph for me that shows how much work has gone into that body underneath this suit. When it's stretched as tight as this yellow suit, it picks out the abs, it picks out the lats and the chest section and the biceps, and they've nailed it. They've absolutely nailed it. Chef's kiss to the folks over at Inart. I think they are doing some stunning work, and they've not let us down here. We've got the pouty head sculpt again here, looking beautiful, half lit there on one side. Slight hint of 5 o'clock shadow going on there. That looks wonderful, and these forearms just look great as well. On to the next. Now, once again, another shot that for me could be a promotional still from the movie itself. phenomenal, that head sculpt. Now, I know there are going to be some critics out there. Is it perfect? For me, yes, it is. I have to say, I am struggling to find fault with this head sculpt. Let me know in the comment section if it's just me, as I say, having a flight of fancy. But I think that is damn near perfect. I think, depending on release date, we could be looking at another figure, a new figure of the year. I'm hoping it's going to be released this year. Who knows? If it is, I get a waft of figure of the year coming through the room. And those arms, yeah, look great. Don't know whether they are seamless off forearms. I'm seeing a bit of a seam where the wrist is meeting the forearm there, but let's wait and see. Let's zip on to the next. Beautiful fighting pose again here. Once again showing that articulation. There's not going to be much restriction, hopefully, within this. The trick here is to keep that yellow suit tight, but make it of the kind of material that will allow this kind of pose, this kind of dynamic action pose. And I think it looks wonderful. Yeah, looks to me like we don't have seamless forearms. I will correct myself. It looks like we've got a joint there, but it is beautifully covered up. It's very, very subtle there. It would, ugly wrist pegs on this figure really, really wouldn't cut it in 2026. Pouty head sculpt again, looking phenomenal. Let's move on to the next. He's got the nunchaku. Obviously going to be an accessory. It's great to see with the fighting stick, the nunchaku, and yet again another fantastic shot here. Chef's kiss to the photographer as well as the producers of this figure. Beautiful looking thing this is. On to the next now. More light on this one so we can get some better idea of the details. I'm going to lean in again here. Yeah, that face. Yeah, is it perfect? I'm going to leave that to you for you to decide. For me, it just is. It just is. But that's me, and the suit looking great as well. Nunchaku done in yellow with the yellow cord, screen accurate as well. Great photo, that one, of the relaxed head sculpt, the more neutral one. Just arms by the sides there. That really does capture the spirit of Bruce for me, that one, with the eyes just ever so slightly off center there. Paint applications look great. We've got the pores in the skin. This is how good Inart's head sculpts are. You've got the pores in there that vary on the chin area and just here, where they're slightly larger and then becoming finer as you go down towards the jawline. That neck looks great. Yeah, all there. It's all there. Loving this one. Using those eyes to look to one side. Let's have a look. Yeah, we even got the eyelashes sculpted in there. The eyebrows themselves. Yeah. The only thing really here that I'm surprised about is what I mentioned before, is that we don't have rooted hair. Surprising, that one. Let me know your thoughts on that one in the comment section. That, to me, that could be a photograph of Bruce. Absolutely superb. Stitch work in this jumpsuit, yeah, it's on point. I'm a broken record on the subject of 6 scale stitch work. Yeah, get it wrong and you can destroy what is an amazing figure. Get it right, and this is the result. Very simple, but you've got to get it nailed on. And the hair looking great there as well. Once again, demonstrating the articulation here. Yeah, the sidekick in full extension, and that suit creasing in just the right places there. How you're gonna manage that one? It looks like a crotch cup, as I mentioned before, a crotch grabber rather than a waist grabber. Be interesting to see, but it shows that the articulation is there. Cracking shot, that one as well. In fact, there isn't a bad shot. Inart haven't dropped a mediocre shot here. All of them are stunning. Beautiful one here of him with the nunchaku under one arm, the open hand outstretched, and the pouty head sculpt. Beautiful. Cracking photo, that one. Loving the background that they've used there, loving the lighting, and it just showed every single photo. There aren't any bad photos. I mean, I wouldn't expect Inart to release bad photos, but I suspect this is going to be one of those photos that it really doesn't matter that much whether you're an experienced lighter and rigger, or whether you're just a happy amateur like me. You're not going to get a bad shot on this one, I don't think. Vlogger's dream. I say it regularly, but I'll say it again. Another relatively neutral shot here, hands on hips, and looking phenomenal. And it sounds like the helicopters are landing at Chateau Go Figure. If you if the sound's picking that up, please try and ignore it. Yeah, just wonderful. I am, as you can probably tell, I am absolutely blown away. I don't think I have been this excited for a 6 scale figure in a long time. On to the next, yeah, action post. This shot is that good, I used it for the thumbnail. It's just looking wonderful. The muscularity in those forearms there, absolutely nailed on. Vascularity as well. Can't really see the hands properly, but I suspect we're going to get sculpted in fingernails, we're going to get rending on the knuckles, the whole 9 yards. That is just stunning. The only thing that gives it away for me, not being a photo of Bruce himself, is the fact that you can see that is sculpted hair. Yeah, I'm going to ask the question again, will we be getting an artisan version? I would love to see that. Hands, we're on to accessories now, so we're in the home stretch, folks. And yeah, you would expect a multitude of hands with this figure. It's what the figure needs. It's a fighty figure, but we need lots of hands. So we've got fisted, we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 hands. We've got the signature open palm hands, we've got the thumbs up, we've got fisted hands, we've got those flat hands, and those well, I don't know what you'd call them, but those hands, telephone hands, whatever they are, they all look great. So plenty of hands to go at. Shot of that diorama that I mentioned before that adds to the standard base. Very simple. I'm going to assume that's sculpted plastic. Maybe polystone, but I doubt that very much. I will assume it's going to be sculpted plastic, painted to look like wood. Looks very good. There's graining on there, the texturing's good, the paint applications to make it look worn. Very rare that Inart chuck in a piece like this with a figure, but I think it's a great idea with this one, and I'll be all in with the mini staircase and another shot of it there as well. And that base that we were talking about before, just the plain bordered one with the metal crotch cup going on, adjustable at the center there. And I think that is the final photo. So there you have it, folks. Dropping tomorrow, pre-orders going up tomorrow. It is Inart's take on Bruce Lee from Game of Death. What are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on Inart? What are your thoughts on Bruce Lee? What are your thoughts on the movie? Nothing is off menus. Please drop a comment in the comment section below. I will be fascinated to hear your opinion. My opinion, for what it's worth, I'm in love. A no-brainer. Absolutely instant pre-order for me. Deluxe, whatever. Inart, take my money. I think this is destined to be a grail piece. I am super excited for it, yeah, and it's an instant all-in for Mr. Go Figure. So I guess that about wraps it up for this preview, folks. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's been useful for you, and I hope you're excited as I am about Inart's Bruce Lee figure. What have we got coming up on the channel? As I mentioned at the top there, we've got plenty more previews, obviously, and we've got plenty more reviews. We've got stuff from Inart, obviously, Hot Toys, Susu Toys, Present Toys, Caustic Plastic, Exo 6, Iconic Studios, the list goes on. We've got more tours, more showcases, and just more of the 1/6 scale world. So yeah, be sure to hit that subscribe button and bell notification icon. And I suppose all it remains for me to say is from myself, from the stunning Inart take on Bruce Lee, a massive thank you for watching. And until next time on the channel, take care of yourselves and happy collecting.